I have gone on record multiple times about how much I love Google's Pixel Fold. I really love the software experience. I love the form factor, the cameras, the performance. Everything about this thing suits my needs so just incredibly well. However, I must call a spade a spade. If I am to retain or maintain any credibility at all, I must call a spade, and I must point out something about the Pixel Fold, the software specifically, that might just be the stupidest thing Google has ever shipped on a phone, and it drives me crazy. So right now, we are looking at the cover display of the Pixel Fold, and I want you to turn your attention towards the taskbar, or in this instance currently, the bottom 5 icons. Now, at first glance, nothing about this seems problematic at all. I have gone back and forth. Do I want folders down there or individual apps? I'm back on folders again after just being on individual apps like a couple of days ago. That's not where the problem is. The problem arises when we open the device. Because notice when you open the device up, something changes down here. We end up with not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 icons, but a 6th icon. And you might think to yourself, well, Shane, it's a larger screen, so having an extra icon down there indeed does make some sense. But no, it doesn't, because that 6th icon doesn't appear on the cover display. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's pick an application, because right now what it's doing is it's showing a suggestion, which tends to be the most recent application opened. So, but let's set this as an actual app now. Let's say I just love Zaxby's and I gotta have it at reach all the time. So there's my Zaxby's app. It's super important to me. It's so important, I've put it on my dock. Now let's go to the cover display and that application is gone. It's not there. If it were just up here on the home screen, I could access it. Down here, it's not there. What application is going to be so important to you that you're going to put it on your dock, but you never need it? You don't need it at all on your cover display. You only need that application here on your tablet display. I don't know what app that could be. To me, this makes absolutely no sense at all. Now, let's go a step further. Let's go ahead and just remove this application, because that's what I do. I just use the ones I can have on both screens, and I keep a suggestion over there. Let's say, though, hey, let's dive into the settings, and let's just get rid of that extra icon. That makes sense, okay? So let's just go in, come down here to suggestions, and we can turn off suggestions on home screen. So now that icon is gone, but do you see the new problem? It's not centered. Why is there all this empty space? Let it slide over. If it would just slide over, I would be fine at that point, because then there will be 5 icons here. When I go to this screen, there's 5 icons here, but no, we have to have them sitting over to one side for some reason now. So that's not viable for me either. I guess I should be happy because the former dumbest thing that they've shipped on a Pixel phone has actually been fixed. This was in the Playbooks application, and I actually made a video about this already. If you were in a book and you folded the book to about there, you get the dual page thing where it's actually like a book, but this is just not comfortable. It's closed too far. And I was like, why is this the only way that you can get this layout? It doesn't make any sense at all. I just bugged it out completely going back and forth. Luckily, they finally were smart enough to fix that. If you tap and click up here, you can now go to 2 pages and, wow, you just have 2 pages all the time. That was really, really dumb, but they fixed that already. So Google, please do something about this. This drives me absolutely bonkers. And of course, I say most of this in jest. It's not that big of a deal, right? Like, I just broadly ignore it, but it is something that I genuinely do not understand the logic behind. I mean, I get that bigger screen, therefore more apps. That's totally fine. But just give us more granular control over this, right? Like, other launchers will let us change how many apps are in that drawer down below. But the idea that one would have one amount and then the other would have a different amount just makes no sense to me. And I would love to be able to opt out of it, even if it's just as simple as hiding that sixth application and just make it center itself. I would be just fine with doing things that way. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a big deal to you? Have you noticed this? Does it bother you? Am I crazy? Is the obsessive compulsive disorder getting a little bit too strong for me in these moments? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friend.